Welcome to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
So today we're looking at something lots of people encounter online, that tempting deal that maybe feels a bit too good.
Right. Specifically, this online sneaker store, BuyPurity. That's BuyPurity.com.
Yeah, and they've got, the big names Nike, Adidas, Jordan, stuff everyone wants.
But the prices are,
Yeah,
well, they catch your eye because they're low, maybe suspiciously low.
exactly. And the website itself, it looks really professional, clean design, talks about secure checkout,
And a 90-day hassle-free return policy, supposedly.
which all sounds great, but then you dig a little deeper.
And that's the mission today, right? To
Yeah.
figure out this contradiction. You've got this polished website,
Mm.
but then you hear these stories from customers, and they're really mixed. Some are okay, some are disastrous.
Missing orders, fakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We need to bridge that gap between the look and the reality for some buyers.
Let's start with the tech side. What did the initial checks show?
Okay, so we looked at technical assessments. Tools like, let's call it Scale Advisor.
Right, the ones that check domain age, site structure, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And interestingly, it gave BuyPurity a medium to high trust rating based on those technical points.
Huh. So technically it looks okay on the surface?
Kinda. But, and this is crucial, the same report flagged big warnings.
Ah, okay. Like what?
It specifically mentioned the site is pretty new, relatively speaking.
Right, that's often a factor.
And importantly, it highlighted the customer reviews being extremely polarized all over the map.
So even the technical scan picked up on the dodgy user feedback.
Exactly. It's like the system saying, looks okay structurally, but be careful.
Which makes sense because those technical checks, they see structure, not always intent, right? So
Yeah.
a site can be built to look legit, at least for a while.
For sure. So then you pivot to the human side. What are actual people saying on places like, say, Trustbolic or Reddit?
Well, that's where it gets really messy. You do see some positive comments.
Oh, really? Like what?
People saying, the shoes arrived, they look stylish, felt breathable, matched the pictures, the stuff you'd hope for.
Okay, so not everyone had a bad time.
Not everyone, no. But those positive voices are significantly drowned out by the negative ones.
And what are the big complaints?
The really worrying stuff. Orders just never showing up. Poof, gone.
Wow. What about tracking?
That's another pattern. People get a tracking number, maybe it updates once or twice, then it just stalls. They contact customer support, get told be patient,
Yeah.
and then nothing. Radio silence.
Ooh. That's frustrating. But then there's the even bigger issue.
The fakes, yes. Multiple reports of people receiving shoes that are clearly counterfeit.
And we found a really specific kind of damning example of that, didn't we?
Yeah, there was this one Reddit user, quite detailed. They got their sneakers from BuyPurity, thought something felt off, so they took them to a local, proper sneaker authenticator.
Like a consignment shop or something.
Exactly. Someone who knows their stuff. And, well, the verdict.
Fake. Confirmed counterfeit.
Right. So the user goes back to BuyPurity, tries to use that 90-day hassle-free return policy.
Let me guess, not so hassle-free.
Not at all. The company apparently refused to pay for the return shipping, which can be expensive for international returns.
Ah, common tactic.
And then, after some back and forth, they just stopped replying altogether.
So the guarantee was basically worthless when push came to shove?
Pretty much. Which highlights the pattern. Looks good on paper, but the follow-through, especially when there's a problem, seems to evaporate.
Okay, so summing up the red flags here. Ownership details seem hidden.
Yep, hard to find out who's actually behind the site.
Prices are unusually low for genuine Nikes, Jordans.
Definitely a lure, but a warning sign too.
And consistent complaints about customer service just vanishing, particularly when refunds or returns are involved.
Across different platforms too, not just one angry person. It's a pattern.
So it really is a gamble, isn't it? A real gumball machine. Like you said, some people get what they want.
And others get fakes, or just lose their money entirely.
So if someone listening is still thinking, maybe I'll risk it for that price, what's the absolute must-do?
Okay, look, if you choose to engage with a retailer showing these kinds of massive inconsistencies,
Yeah.
your absolute best defense is how you pay. You must use a method with strong buyer protection,
Meaning?
meaning PayPal, or a credit card, not a debit card, not a bank transfer.
Why is that so critical?
Because those platforms allow you to dispute the charge if the goods don't arrive, or if they arrive and are clearly not as described, like, fake.
Got it. So you have recourse outside of BuyPurity's own unreliable customer service.
Exactly. You're not relying on their supposed return policy. You're relying on PayPal's or your credit card company's process.
Yeah,
It's essential insulation.
makes sense. So the final word is probably for guaranteed authenticity, for peace of mind.
Yeah, you're likely better off sticking to the official brand stores or well-known verified retailers.
Even if it costs more upfront.
Right. You're paying for the product, yes, but also for the certainty and avoiding all this potential hassle and loss.
It's buying assurance, really.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which leads to maybe a final thought for people to chew on.
Go for it.
In this online world where a slick website can sometimes mask, let's say, inconsistent or even fraudulent operations,
Yeah.
how do you, as a shopper, weigh that risk?
The risk versus the reward of the low price.
Exactly. How much is that discount really worth when you factor in the potential cost, financial and emotional, of getting ripped off?
Yeah.
And what does this whole BuyPurity situation tell us about, trust online today?
Yeah, that's a deep question. Definitely something to think about next time you see a deal that looks almost too good to be true.
It usually is.